Here is the sectioning pattern for our fourth fashion haircut. Take particular notice of the sectioning patterns as this helps us to create our look. The detail in the fringe section is of particular notice. It is offset on the left side and has a deeper section taken through on an angle. We've released our middle section in the back triangle. We are going to cut this section short to the hairline, deep point cut, square. Once the first section has been completed at natural fall, we then take the section out, elevate it and deep point cut it in graduation. We keep working through this section in the same method, elevating the hair out, comb smoothly, deep point cut in graduation. Once we're happy with the first section, we'll release the side sections. We will now utilise the corner of our first guide. Continuing with the graduation technique, we are going to round off our corner. Notice the change of the angle on my fingers towards the back of the ear. This technique makes it much narrower and opens up the hair behind the ear area. We continue with this method right through to the top of the section. This is now repeated exactly the same on the other side. Once we've completed the graduation, we are going to cross-check and make sure our graduation is sitting nicely. Once we've released the next section, you will notice that we'll change our cutting angle. We'll utilise the centre guideline from the previous section, combing and elevating the hair at 90 degrees and then point cutting to remain square. Using this cutting technique, you will notice that we will get a disconnected side area. This will stay connected through the centre, moving towards a longer, stronger line through the side areas. You will also notice as we move to the top of the section, we are using a 90-degree elevation and continuing our square cutting technique. We repeat the same cutting technique on the other side. You can now see within the graduation we have this amazing texture. It doesn't have quite so much volume through behind the ears, keeps it nice and narrow with the cutting technique we've used. We've now released the side section. We're going to disconnect this section, hold it tight, cut it square above the fingers and check for balance. With the top section, we are going to utilise our crown section. We're going to take a profile section, twist the hair together with the crown section and slice out with a twisted cutting technique. I continue with this cutting technique, elevating each section at 90 degrees, twisting the hair, taking our scissors and slicing through to create some irregular lengths through the top section. This creates a nice textured finish through that top area. Release the fringe section. This is the focal point of our haircut. With the fringe area, we want to create quite an irregular chopped effect. So a little bit like she may have chopped it herself. As you can see, I've used a twisted effect. I've cut the hair in natural fall and I've come in with the scissors quite strongly to give a chopped effect. Now that my cutting fringe is complete, I'm going to come in with some volume mousse. I'm going to finger dry just to get rid of the moisture, and then we're going to smooth out with a round brush to get a nice smooth finish. Using the round brush, I want to create some volume through my crown area. Now that my blow dry is complete, I'm going to personalise and detail the perimeter areas. The idea with the personalising in the nape area is to get a strong line, so I've come in with a point cutting technique to create quite a strong finish in that perimeter line. Through the side area, I'm using a slicing technique just to soften the weight. I'm now using a deep point cutting technique through this back section. You will notice that I'm coming quite deep as I work in towards the section with my scissors. Now working with the fringe section, I'm going to open up this area quite a bit. In the fringe area, I'm using the thickness of the hair to determine how steep I come in to create my choppy effect through that fringe. I'm now working through the side area. You can see how I'm really opening this out. I'm now coming through and detailing the side to create a little bit more flatness through this area. As I work through the exterior area behind the ear, I'm coming through without removing my points, but just to curve it out slightly. Using these personalising techniques, they can be determined by the suitability for each individual. With our finishing techniques, we've used Dust It to create a little bit more texture through the finish. We've used this through the root area and also sprinkled through to the ends. I'm now using some spray just to create some flatness through the side areas and behind the ear. Here is our finished look for Fashion Cuts No. 4 2016. I hope you like it, and I hope you can use some of these techniques in your salons.